So far, we have tried to touch Swamiji's teachings and preaching superficially, and from here onwards, we are planning to move on to individual topics written and spoken by this great saint for the welfare of mankind.
Now, moving into a new topic, a didactic lecture, namely Namakkul irukkum deivam by Swamiji in the year 1942, when he was staying in Georgetown, nattu koil Street, Chennai, at Veneketeswara Hall to his devotees. Namakkul irukkum deivam, meaning the God within you. And it is also to understand that is the same as Aham Brahmasmi as depicted in the Vedas. Swamiji starts with an opening remarks addressing that it is imperative for every living being to understand what God is and to witness the same. This is a theory, and we are going to decipher the existence of God methodically. In this, we have to have a sincere sadhana effect and analyzing the same stage by stage systematically. The Atman is the light inside, which is covered by the five layers, namely Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manonmaya, Vijnanamaya, and Anandamaya. These are supposed to be the layers covering an Atman, and this is to be understood while doing the sadhana meditation. You have to remove these layers one after the other, and this is to be felt by an individual and cannot be theoretically made to understand by another person. But generally, Guru can take us up to the Vijnanamaya Kosam, this fourth layer, but subsequently, the last layer you have to try to explore yourself. The last layer you have to try exploring yourself. To achieve this, you have to control your senses and mind and continuously watching the development as it goes on after crossing each stage. These stages cannot be explored and achieved by an individual just by visiting temples, going to pilgrimage, listening to Vedanta lectures, doing japa, fasting, and other means. This is not a way to reach God, and it is not going to be helpful at all. Even great ascetics found it very difficult. This cannot be obtained by knowledge of books or even by studying Vedanta, philosophy, etc. The God residing inside cannot be reached by external factors. The kingdom of God is something which you have to realize by your own self. To reach the kingdom of God, we have continuously tried to get rid of all the external and internal forces coming to obstruct the development within you. We have to utter prayers, do aradhana, and practice by uttering mantras within yourself, and always keep yourself joyous, happy, helpful, and try to treat equally all. This is only got by one's wisdom. One should keep the mind in sattvic state and avoid rajo and tamo guna. This is what Lord Krishna emphasized in Gita. Only a person with a sattvic temperament will be able to follow the path. Only in sattvic state the mind alone can function in the right way. It is only in the sattvic state one can control thyself, bearing a good conduct, character, and also sociably amicable behavior as tools of practice. This is the way of doing sadhana which has been enlightened by Vasishtha to Rama, Krishna to Rukmani, and Shiva to Parvati Devi. Here, it is nice to know two great developments in our history. Sundarar evolved from the image of Lord Shiva, and so also Lord Chaitanya from Lord Krishna. These two revolutionaries spread the cult of Shiva and Krishna accordingly. These things happened because of the sankalpa of Shiva and Krishna, and for us to understand, one minded concentration yields the result. A realist soul sees its own reflection in all the creations in the world, like animals, inanimate, animate, and anything in and around us, to pronounce that God is there in everything. Such a person is called Jnani, a Jivan Mukta. Jivan Mukta is something to be obtained as you are living in the world, and it is not to be thought of only one day after you die. This is a wrong notion about a Jivan Mukta. A realized soul, a Jivan Mukta, lives in the world like anybody else, performing all the worldly duties at the same time. He is like the water on the lotus leaf, keeping itself away from the involvement in anything that he does. Such Jivan Muktas are being respected and valued by Trimurtis. Also, the Vedas say that such a state is to be obtained when we are human beings. This state can be obtained only by proper self-analysis. Such realist souls are to be valued. This is what also Vedas say. Anything uttered by the highest text and not to be taken for granted unless you are convinced by your own sense of arguing and understanding. Chanting the Upanishad of Lord Veneketeswara, which has been taught by Swamiji to large number of of his devotees, will throw light in an individual having total involvement. But here Swamiji swears that the deity of Lord Venkateshwara, what you see in the seven hills, is not any murti. It is not any of the devotional murti you talk of, but he is actually Parabrahman himself. And he swears, I can swear anywhere that the deity is that you see is actually the Parabrahma. In each of the yugas, the Lord obtains various forms called avatars. Though commonly 10 numbers are mentioned, but there are innumerable preachers and teachers who had been representatives of the Lord. All these incarnations are meant to protect the Dharma at every juncture. Swami says the opportunity of a human being, namely a devotee, is meant for chanting the Upanishads on any equal valuable text, and this boon is got by his previous karma and good deeds. To deviate one from wasteful existence of the perishable life and keep on trying to get in this path of salvation by repeatedly chanting the mantras of any deity. Mainly he talks of Lord Venkateshwara, and at the same time not to forget to chant Venkateshwara Upanishad daily so that you are protected from all sides, prevented to risk your life with instances like disease, social rivalries, etc. It is very important to chant at least once a day. This is what Swamiji is recommending. This helps us to come out of the cycle of Janana Marana and takes us to the destiny at the lotus feet of the Lord, the point of no return.
With the blessings of Swami Vilakshananda, we have made an effort to explore about spiritual voyage. The contents conveyed so far in our episodes could be only meager like a drop in an ocean. Others to share their views experience as a feedback. For more information, please visit our website www.sssvp.in.